welcome to another edition of Actors for Autism Interviews. We previously interviewed Ron Masak of Murder, She Wrote. Our guest today is David Alan Basche. He's been in Law & Order, 30 Rock, and starring As the World Turns. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me, Patrick.
My first question to ask is, what inspired you to be an actor?
Oh, that's a great question, Patrick. I was kind of a show-off little kid, and I really wanted everybody's attention. So I would sing and dance on the living room table whenever my parents would let me, and that was it. That was my start. And then someone made the mistake of giving me the part of Tom Sawyer in the school musical in the 6th grade. So I think I would have been about 9 years old then. And I heard people cheering and clapping, and I loved it. And,
wow.
And I was hooked.
Very good. You started your career on As the World Turns. What was it like working on a soap opera?
Soap operas are great because you have to do a lot of acting very quickly. They shoot very quickly, and sometimes 30, 40 pages a day. And it was a wonderful place to start. I did a little bit of soaps, but it was a wonderful place to start because it helped you learn how to memorize lines very quickly and make choices about scenes and acting very, very quickly.
Okay. When you worked on Real Steel as an ESPN commentator, were the robots remote controlled or completely CGI?
Mm-hmm. They were pretty cool, those robots, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They were both.
Oh.
The answer is both. And what they did was they had the same special effects, or CGI, as you said, the same special effects team that did the movie Avatar, and they created the robots just on the computer screen. But they also built real-life 12-foot, 2,000-pound metal robots, and they would lift them up with a crane and put them in the ring and pose them like this. Like that, or because it was a boxing movie, right? And then they would take pictures of them with the cameras, still cameras, and with the movie camera, and they would put that together with the computer images, which I think is one reason that it looks so real.
Oh, kind of like stop motion.
Kind of like stop motion, exactly. They did a little bit of stop motion, a little bit of CGI, and a little bit of other stuff that's so cool, I don't even know how it works.
Wow, I'm amazed. What was it like working with Matt Damon in the Adjustment Bureau? He's
a great guy. He's a great dad. He's on the phone with his kids a lot when he wasn't working, and it was really fun. I think there's a scene that does not appear in the movie. That's what we call ending up on the cutting room floor. You probably know that expression. And I ended up on the cutting room floor. Oh, okay. But that scene was with Matt, and he was really fun. Most of the time I was just chasing him around New York and kicking down doors and saying, I found him, he's that way. But the time we did spend on set together was great. He's a wonderful guy.
Okay. You were in the movie War of the Worlds. Why do you think audiences love this film?
Oh, it's scary. People love scary movies. You know, Tom Cruise is a huge movie star. Steven Spielberg, arguably the best director alive. So, yeah, that's a good enough combination. And and I think it was just really a little bit scary to think about what happens if aliens came down and took over the whole planet.
Wow.
Does that sound scary to you? What do you think?
It does sound scary, but personally, my favorite scary director is Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely.
You were one of the very first villains on CSI Miami, Adam van der Welk, who drowned his victims in expensive honey. Was it difficult to play that character?
Well, it was difficult because I never drowned anyone in anything, let alone in honey. But yes, I was the very first villain on CSI Miami, and it was difficult because I'm a nice guy and he wasn't, but it was really fun because I got to run around the swamps of Miami and shoot a gun and get chased by David Caruso and do horrible, horrible things that you would never get to do in real life. You wouldn't even want to. And it was really fun. I'm glad that show's still going.
Oh, okay. You're also an advisory board for Actors for Autism. Why is this cause important to you?
The first and most important reason is because my niece, Rosie, has autism, and she's my sister's daughter, and I love her with all my heart, and she's beautiful and smart and funny and silly and also has autism, and so it became a cause that was important to me right away.
Wow.
As soon as she was as soon as my sister was told that Rosie had autism, I tried to learn about it a lot and tried to get involved with as many organizations as I could, and one of the ones I really think does a great job, as I can really see now, is Actors for Autism.
Very good. You are currently on the popular TV show The Exes. Why do you think this show is a huge success?
I don't know, but I hope it keeps being a huge success. I think because it's silly. I think because it's like an old-fashioned sitcom. When we were talking about directors, you mentioned Alfred Hitchcock, who's kind of I would say, kind of an old-fashioned director, right? Back in the day. And I think this sitcom, even though it's new, is very much like old sitcoms back in the day. It's very much like Cosby Show or Family Ties, or some of those older shows, and I think people really like it.
Okay. And my final question is, where can people tune in to watch The Exes?
Well, the show is on TV Land on Wednesday nights at 10:30, so tune in.
Okay. Thank you so much, David.
Thanks, Patrick.